guys, welcome back and welcome to the new year. And what better way to start the new year off than with a new foundation. So I don't remember how I heard about this foundation. This foundation is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Full Coverage 16-Hour Oil-Free foundation. Like I said, I'm not really sure how I heard about this foundation. As usual, I was probably somewhere I shouldn't have been, and I saw it online, and the only place that sells hard candy that I know of out here is Walmart or the Hard Candy website. And so I took a trip to Walmart at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I don't like Walmart. I don't like Walmart, but yeah, I went to Walmart at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and there were still people there, unfortunately. 18 shades. I picked up the darkest of these 18 shades, and it is called Mocha, I believe. Yes, 1517 Mocha. This is the darkest out of the 18 shades, and it still looks like it might be a little bit too light. I wasn't even gonna actually do anything with this foundation because I was just like, look, if this is the darkest shade and it is my shade, that means that, like, I don't know. But I already picked it up, so I decided to go ahead and try it. I also picked up a couple of their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm not going to review those because honestly they're trash. They were $10 each, 2 of the big ones. One of them I'm using right now for this situation right here. Not going to talk about that palette right now. Don't really need to, because that's not what we're here for. We are here to see if this foundation holds up to the 16-hour claim that it makes. I am actually going to be doing a wear test. Not 16 hours clearly, or it might be 16 hours because you guys know how I don't sleep, so it might actually be 16 hours. It is now 12:38 p.m. So we're going to see if this color matches, and then we're going to do a wear test and come back later on and see how that works out. So if you want to see that, stick around, and while you're sticking around, maybe hit that subscribe button real quick, and like this video if you, thumbs up the video if you like it, and leave a comment in the comment section below because you guys know I like comments. Alright, so stick around because it's coming up right. Okay, so like I said, it says it's only, I'm on the Hard Candy website, it says available at all participating Walmart locations, so I guess it's only available in Walmart. But like I said, there are 18 shades, and I got the shade Mocha. And it is $6. You get a half an ounce. Well, you get a little bit more than a half an ounce. You get 0.67 fluid ounces, which is 20 milliliters, for $6, which is not bad. The bottle is glass, actually. The one thing that I probably don't like about it is the applicator. The applicator is a doe foot applicator, which I don't particularly care for on foundations. So you know, because you got to put it on your face and then put it back in the bottle, and it's kind of a mess to me. Anyway, so this is what Hard Candy says about this foundation. 16-hour wear full coverage foundation. Glamouflage full coverage foundation is oil-free, long-wearing, super smooth liquid makeup that lasts for up to 16 hours. Glides on Glides on effortlessly. Really? That sounds wrong. It's a word, but for some reason it sounds really wrong. Alright, glides on effortlessly. Anywho, like I said, there are 18 shades, and the shade that I picked is the darkest shade, so we shall see how this works out. I'm going to be using the Sephora brush to apply because all my other brushes are dirty. You guys know what to do. And so yeah, let's just get into it. From looking at it, I tested it on the inside of my arm, which is usually the closest in color to my face, and the colors seem like a really good match. In the bottle, it looks to be quite neutral, but then when I put it on my arm, it didn't look as neutral. It leaned a little bit yellow. Yeah, let's just go in and see what happens. Alright, so here we have my face with the foundation one side, with the foundation one side, without the foundation, and what I'm seeing so far, it is a very skin-like finish. It is quite beautiful, actually. There's no cracking. It hasn't started to sink into any lines on my face. It doesn't look particularly dry. It is a very beautiful foundation. However, I do think it's slightly neutral. It is actively kind of oxidizing right now, but I don't think it's gotten very bad. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts right now on the foundation. Yeah, and then, you know, we'll do the rest. Alright guys, here I am. I'm back with a finished face. It is now 1:13 p.m. Wait, what? 1:13 p.m. The foundation did oxidize. It oxidized rather rapidly. I was able to fix it with under eye concealer and powder. It still looks quite beautiful and skin-like. Hasn't really crept anywhere. It's still staying strong. You can't really feel it on the face. It's quite comfortable. What else? There is a slight smell when you first put it on, but it dissipates rather quickly. And yeah, that's kind of it. So 1:15, I finished putting the foundation itself on probably around 12:45, I want to say. So we're gonna start from 12:45 for the palette that I was telling you guys about that I got from is this palette right here. It looks like this. It is a really nice looking palette, which is kind of sad because the colors don't really perform. It is $10. It's called Earthy Vixen. I want to say you get what you pay for. However, I've used $10 palettes from Bad Habit when they were $10 that, you know, perform wonderfully. And also the Morphe palettes are quite inexpensive and they perform wonderfully as well. The problem with this palette is that the shimmer shades have very little pigmentation. They don't have enough depth to them, so while you're blending, you're just kind of blending away color. I had planned on doing one thing and wound up having to do another thing because I wound up having to use most of the matte shades, which happen to be quite warm. So that's what's happening here on my face. And as you guys can tell, it really doesn't look like anything. I told you guys that when I use warm shades, I don't look like, I either look terrible or I don't look like anything, and this kind of doesn't look like anything. So or maybe that's just my perception. I don't know. You tell me. So yeah, this is the palette that I got. I'm not a fan of it. I'm probably gonna wind up returning it. But the foundation is nice so far. I actually do really like the foundation. The fact that it oxidizes is not ideal, but the fact that it oxidizes also means that someone who's darker than me can possibly wear it. The undertone is slightly yellow, slightly neutral. It's like a yellow neutral undertone. So there's that as well. But yeah. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, not at all. So we're going to leave. I want to predict the time that I'm going to get back here, but I can't because I don't know where I'm going yet. I live in Atlanta and it's raining, so God knows if I'll even make it home. So yeah, that's it. I will see you back here shortly. Bye. Alright guys, I am back. It is now 12:16. So I have been wearing this foundation for 11.5 hours, and as you guys can see, my face doesn't look very much different from how I left here today at 12. Well, I didn't leave at 12:15. I put the foundation on at about 12:45, and honestly, my face doesn't look very much different at all. The only thing that I noticed is that the foundation kind of sort of started to look a little bit more neutral, if that makes sense, but that's not even right either. It just started to look a little bit weird. Because when I had left out of here, I had said that it was kind of a yellow neutral, and then when I went downstairs and I looked at it in the mirror downstairs, it was more yellow than anything else. But then a couple of hours later, as I kept looking at it and over again looking at it, it started to look a little bit, it started to get a little bit gray. And I've told you guys that tends to happen to me when a foundation is neutral or has any small amount of neutral in it. It starts to look a little bit gray on me sometimes, and that's what happened. It wasn't terrible though, because I did go out and I stayed out for quite a while. It's been raining here also, so I've been running in and out of stores, and I was sitting somewhere for a few hours doing work, and this is what my face looks like. So I'm not like mad at it. It still hasn't crept into any freaking lines on my face. It has broken down, so a little bit more of my texture is starting to peek through. But honestly, I've had no movement of the foundation at all. There's no loss in coverage, and there is still foundation over my nose, which you guys know I lose foundation on my nose first thing. But everything is still there, and I'm kind of shook because this foundation is $6. They could do with probably literally about 6 more shades going darker, but I do like this foundation even with the bit of a gray undertone to it. I can probably finesse that. That's really not too much of it. Like, I look a little bit more dewy than I started off earlier today, and it didn't really start to look that way until probably about 2, maybe 3 hours ago. I want to say like it starts to look like that around 9 o'clock. So it holds up really, really well. And for a $6 foundation, honestly, that can't be beat. So my verdict on this foundation is a big ass thumbs up for the formula, the longevity, and the very skin-like soft matte finish, which also it's really full coverage as well. You really can't feel it on the face, but it's a thumbs up for that. It's a thumbs down for the fact that there are 18 shades, and the shade that I purchased, number I don't know what color, number 18, is the darkest shade. Like, that's yeah, guys, this foundation is definitely a thumbs up for me. It is 12:15, probably 12:30 by now. I need to go take a shower, wash my face, and go to sleep because I have work to do tomorrow. So, as usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.